Alright, good evening everyone. Back again with some more art. So I'm working on a larger poster for my friend Austin. All NBA stuff. The first poster, there's going to be two posters, but the first poster is going to be the Slam magazine cover of the 96 draft class in the NBA. So I'm working just on one player tonight. This is Marcus Camby, who was drafted by the Raptors. Figured I'd start with the Raps. So I'm going to try a couple different methods of coloring him. Not 100% sure how I'm going to do the poster just yet. So one will be, the actual colors of how it should be, and then the other will be, I'm just going to take the primary color of each of the teams that the players were drafted by and use that, different shades of that. And I've got sort of a crosshatch pattern here, but I think I'm going to do a halftone for the shading. But I haven't decided, so we'll get there. Right now, it's just the usual, doing the major outlines. Then I'll use the live paint to fill it in. So pretty exciting weekend, sports-wise at least. The Buffalo Bills are in the AFC Championship, which is insane. I did not think I would see that in my adult life. I'm a huge Bills fan, in case you are wondering. But yeah, I was really hoping Cleveland could pull out the win. Not that I dislike the Chiefs at all, but I feel like Cleveland is our brethren in terms of decades of losing. So to have both Buffalo and Cleveland in the AFC Championship would have been pretty cool, but and it also would have been a rematch of the 1990 AFC Championship. Chiefs, even with an injured Mahomes, were able to pull out the win, so. Johnny Aaron, thanks for joining. This is working on an NBA portrait. It's going to be part of a larger poster of the 1996 NBA draft class. It's a commission. Just Still not 100% on the total or the... Well, I'm not 100% on the style, nor is the guy who commissioned it, so just sort of doing one player tonight, and then I'll pass it off to him and see what he thinks. It's not Reggie Jackson, it is Marcus Camby. The 96 draft class included Steve Nash. It also included, I mean, it was a big, lots of players. Ray Allen, I believe. Kobe Bryant. That's probably the biggest one, of course. But yeah, that's what I'm working on tonight. And then once I'm done this one should go relatively quick, because this is just sort of like to give an idea of what I'm thinking for the style. And then once that's done, I'm gonna make a couple gifs. Maybe not a couple. Probably make a gif. And that's the plan for tonight. Trying to go for like sort of an angular kind of design, and I've got, this is the most like in-depth sketch I've done in a long time. It's not Vince Carter either. Normally when I do a sketch before jumping in, it's very basic, but I wanted to get a pretty good idea of the line work for this one. But where I have the cross-hatching for the shading, I think I'm probably going to do a halftone pattern. But we will see. Thanks for joining. Oh, Aaron, yeah, well, I think I've already done a hot dog. And the big one I have in my head is just a hamburger, like a running hamburger. I got it kind of mapped out in my brain, so... Johnny made music all day. Well, good for you. Use my little blend technique to add some stripes. Ooh, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? Oh, this has one extra. There we go. I figured it out. It could be a hamburger doing a raspberry and the pickle can be a tongue. That is a very good idea, but I think I'm gonna just do a running hamburger. Speaking of hamburgers, the new Burger King logo, which is basically the old Burger King logo, is amazing. I'm so happy they went back to that design. It is cleaned up a little bit from the one that they used previously, like in the 90s and 80s. I think it goes all the way back to the 70s probably, but I love it. We were watching football a couple weeks ago. Burger King commercial came on, and the King had that logo on his head, and it was obviously the new logo, but they hadn't rolled it out everywhere yet, so it wasn't on their website yet. It wasn't on their Twitter yet. I felt very perceptive. Totally classic looking. One of the people I follow on Instagram, that's an illustrator, said that now that they've gone back to the classic design, they should bring back the Burger King Kids Club. And they drew an illustration of it, and it's really cool. And I agree with them. Okay. Gonna do some more stripes. Expand. Actually, this one should not be connected. It should come down to here. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not alone in loving the new Burger King look, which is the old Burger King look. It has made me actually want to go there, even though I know their food has declined in quality quite a bit. But whatever. Or maybe it hasn't, and I've just gotten older and things make me sick more than they did when I was a child. Although I do know that the company that owns Burger King also owns Tim Hortons, and they've gone through a very similar sort of quality degradation type thing. Yeah, it looks like a person, sure. Tastes like bum as of about 6 months ago. Alright, well, I'm sure they haven't tweaked the Whopper formula, the secret Whopper formula. So Mikey played outside today. We had a bonfire because it was cold, but we wanted to be outside. And made some hot dogs and sausages on the fire. It was lovely, although I think it was very difficult for me to get the motivation to do this because I think all of the smoke that I inhaled made me sleepy. But gotta do it, you know? That's why I set these in advance. Can't chicken out now. People are waiting. When I did my driver's test, or when I was in driving school, I went to Gibson's, which is over by the Penn Center in St. Catharines. And at that time, it's now a Tim Hortons, but that building that is now the Tim Hortons used to be a Burger King. And one of the guys in my driving class knew one of the people working there. So every time I would just go with him, and every time we went, he'd always get us extra free stuff. The person behind the counter that he knew obviously did not care about inventory management. Yeah, my sweater really smells like a campfire right now. Gonna have to just throw this right in the laundry. I tend to do laundry for my nice clothes pretty infrequently. I wore like a nicer sweater today that I would usually wear for work. So that goes in like a separate laundry pile. And yeah, I just shouldn't have done that. I should have changed into something else because now this is gonna go in the different laundry pile. Should have thought ahead. It's life. Okay. So I had 3 new gifs approved today. It was pretty exciting. I did all the different support your blank. Support your local artist. Support your local businesses. And then also support each other. It turned out quite nicely. I like typography stuff. And those were all it was all script stuff, like cursive. And it turned out quite nicely. And then I did the squiggle look just to give it a little bit of animation because I wanted to try and keep it as clean as I could. That's too high. How can I use your gifs? Well, Johnny, that's a great question. If you are making a story on Instagram, and you go to add a sticker or add a gif, you search at Joe Gottli, it will come up with all the gifs I've made. All the gifs have tags on them, but Instagram only pulls up. Phil, welcome. Instagram only pulls like the top, I don't know what it is, like 15 gifs for whatever tag. So mine don't show up usually, unless you're being like super specific. But that is how you would get my gifs. Just search at Joe Gottli. I love these lo-fi beats. They make it very enjoyable to just work. Having no talking really helps. Okay. It's so amazing how much people came around on these Raptors jerseys. Everybody hated them when the team, was launched. And now they're like super cool again. God, these... it is a very cool design, but it's just a lot. It's like the most 90s thing in the world. You know, these pinstripes that are also lightning bolts or zigzags, and it's pretty very 90s. So I'm gonna do a little trick with these because I want these to be of uniform width. So I'm going to draw basically the basic design. Then I will come in and change the thickness of the strokes, and then expand that, and then by expanding it, it'll create like a shape out of it rather than a stroke, and it'll be perfect width. You'll see in a second. I don't know how to say this out loud. That's what you all came here for, right? Me stumbling over my words, trying to explain a very simple concept. When pre-COVID, just barely, we did a trip to Vancouver and the Yukon, and we went to Van City Sports in Vancouver, which, if you are a fan of sports and like jerseys and stuff, is amazing. And yeah, got my son a Vince Carter jersey, so it's one of these. So there we go. So you can see this is how I want the pinstripes to look with this thickness, but obviously I don't want them to be pink. So I used the stroke, I thickened the strokes, and now I will select the strokes, select same stroke weight, and I will go to Object, Expand, and expand the fill-in stroke, and now they are shapes rather than strokes, and I can flip it. Now you can see these are a shape that when I go to Live Paint, I'll be able to fill. I use that a lot when I need to have sort of a uniform thickness of something. Build it as strokes first, and then expand it. Okay. Probably leave the rest. That'll work. Okay. How are we looking here? Yeah, coming along. I guess it looked pretty good. Yeah, so I'm gonna do one version with the actual colors, and then one version of like different shades of purple, because I want to see. I think it would be cool, because I'm doing this poster of all of the players from this draft. It would be cool if each player was colored with sort of the primary color for that team that they represent. And this was early Raptors, so they were purple, and they were not afraid to wear it. Now now they're all red and boring. Although they finally have a jersey that says Toronto on it. Raptors are finally winning a few games here and there. They were not doing well for a very long time, but I think they're 2 in a row they've won. How's everybody doing out there? Johnny said you were doing music all day. Aaron, what were you up to? Phil, how about you? Got the Saints Buccaneers game on in the background. The Bucks are currently up by 3. All I want is Tom Brady to lose at everything he does in life. I don't care that he's not in the AFC East anymore. Man's won too much. Just stop. Went to work, answered 1 call, and saw 1 human. Hey. Series of 1s. Heather says she loves my stream. Well, thank you, Heather. It's very nice to hear. It's a nice way to spend an evening. At least for me. I hope it is enjoyable for others as well. I feel like I've said this on every stream, but yeah, like setting a time, a specified time when I am doing this really helps with motivation. Okay. I'm going to want it. Do I want... Oop. Do I want to do the same thing I did with the pinstripes to make the outline, or do I just freehand it? I might just freehand it. Oh yes, Van City Sports. I bought Mike a Vince Carter jersey, and I got myself a satin Vancouver Grizzlies bomber jacket. It is the best. I love it so much. It's black. I wish it was teal, but it does have teal stripes on it. I love that the Memphis Grizzlies have sort of decided, yeah, no, we're going to use the Vancouver look as well. Because it's just such a unique style. Again, hated at the time. But it also helps when a team is winning. You know, you associate winning with whatever they're wearing. Why the Bulls will probably never change their uniforms. Yep, that's what Jordan wore. Okay. I mean, just look at that jersey. It's amazing. There's Kobe, little baby Kobe. Got Ray Allen down here. Sharif Abdul-Rahim. Going to assume this is Antoine Walker, considering that name is on the cover. And he's none of the other people, but I could be wrong. Yes, this is Marcus Camby, who the Raptors picked 2nd overall in the '96 draft. Which would have been their second draft ever? Because their first was Stottlemyre. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I feel like I should use the actual Raptor. Give me a second. I'm going to pull in an actual Raptor because I want this to look actually like the logo, and I don't mind cheating a little bit. So let me pull one in. Go to my old friend sportslogos.net. Basketball, NBA. Sportslogos.net is one of my favorite websites on the internet. I love looking at old logos and learning about teams that don't exist anymore. Okay. Here's our Raptor. What we're gonna do is we are going to... Oh, why is it cut off there? That should not be cut off. Okay, I'll fix that in a bit. So we are going to do an image trace. Ignore white. Try. There we go. And get it. Yeah. Okay, object. Expand. Fill. Few spots I'm gonna have to do manually, like this R, but this saves me a lot of time. Every year I do some sort of dumb theme of Valentine's. Last year, I did all defunct sports teams. Because who doesn't want a World Football League Valentine? I know I sure would. And yeah, sportslogos.net was my #1 resource. It's amazing. Dude's name that runs the site is Chris Creamer. Can't ask for a better name than that. Okay. There we go. Now we've got a fillable Raptor that I can use. Okay. So I'm mostly doing everything in pink so that it is easy enough for you to see. Obviously, when I am done, this will not be in pink, but I'm gonna shrink, make it a little easier to see. Okay, now I'm just gonna do the outlines around the text here. Probably could have done the same thing I did with the raptor for this logo, but I wanted to give myself a challenge. Can I do the text nicely? I think it turned out all right. 21 down. Okay. Yeah, the goal is to get this done relatively quickly so that I can move on to the gifs sooner rather than later. Okay. Okay. Boom. Okay. It's a Valentine's that just had winter Halloween. I mean, you could just act like it's winter Halloween. You don't have to cancel it. I just want to make those Valentines. I've done old sitcoms in the past. I've done essentially like misheard lyrics, but it was just like attributing songs to bands that it shouldn't be attributed to. So like Knocking on Heaven's Door, I put a picture of Tom Petty. That kind of dumb stuff, you know? Okay. So, let's get started. Filling some stuff in. So I know I said I normally don't use full black, but in this instance I am because everything is sort of... Oh. No, I don't want that. Everything is... sort of geometric shapes. I kind of want it to be very stark, the difference between whatever colors I'm using. So by using full black, I will get that. Pull up my little illustration or my sketch. Where did I use black? Black. Here. 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 And then on the Raptors logo. I love doing this live paint. So satisfying to fill in little spaces. Especially, you know, you got everything set up nicely. Okay. Dun-dun. What color are these? Pinstripes. I know Some of them are gray, some of them are black. Yeah. I got this down here. Those ones are gray. I gotta fix these now that I've got... Now that I didn't use my raptor design, I gotta move things around here. Ended up making more work. Whoop. Okay. The middle one is black. Right down the old Crotcherino. Whoop. Okay. We will grab some brown. I'm gonna start with dark brown first. So this is very much a style that I'm not used to working in. So this is all a very big experiment as to see if I can actually make something that looks half decent. I don't often do realistic looking. Let's see, this is always fun when you turn off the strokes. Yeah, it's looking like a person. These are a little too big. Mess up a little bit. Yeah. Happy with this so far. Okay. Heather says you're probably the most interesting. Well, thank you, Heather. That's very nice of you to say. I tend to be interested in just weird stuff. What color stripes are those on the Raptors jerseys? Let's find out. It's blue, red, and black. Where's that purple? I guess it's like their... Yeah. Well, let's pull in one of these. Sorry, I'm on sports logos again. It's only showing Illustrator, but I'm pulling in a logo. Another site. Okay, paste this in. Beautiful. So we've got that stripes go purple, red, black, inward. Okay. Okay, purple, purple, purple. Is it the same on the shorts? Yes. Excellent. Great news. And then we'll grab our red. Red. I think technically these stripes are supposed to go around the little notch there, but we'll just pretend like they don't, because I don't want to do that. Red and black. Oh, I missed the collar. Let's fill in this raptor while we're here. Oh, baby. Black. And the raptor's text should be, oh, it's gray. Okay. This R is purple, and the stripes there are purple. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Da-da. What color is the... I'm just gonna make it black. It's probably not correct. Dun, dun, dun. So we're gonna do a light gray for the other pinstripes and our raptor's text. I'll also use that gray for the shadow on anything that is white. And normally I would not use full black, because in like a situation like this where I have this black stripe going into a shadow, can't get any more black than black, you know? But I kind of want to use, I think in this instance it's okay. Okay, then we will, we're just gonna be very loosey-goosey with the NBA logo and just do half red, half blue. Sorry, Jerry West. We are leaving you out of the logo. Okay. It's the logo blue, then red. Red, red, and blue. Okay. So now we gotta deal with some shadow here. Grab this red and darken it up a bit. Grab the purple, darken that up. Darken up the gray. Okay. Is that gray for the dirt claws and the basketball? That should be red. This is red over here. And this is purple. Oh, and then the eye, gray. Color the teeth. Are they gray too? They sure are. A lot of gray in this raptor. Okay. 2, 3, 6. 5, 6. Okay. Let's turn off that. That. Alright. I'm liking it. Liking that a lot. So the last thing I'm going to do is some strokes to just give better definition to some areas. So we'll be going to use the sketch for reference, and then we'll put it over top and move things around as needed. Mostly in the face, but sure we'll put stuff elsewhere. Add a little definition between the pants and shorts. E. Sure, there will be more to add, but that'll at least get us started. Black as well. Taper the ends, yeah. So let's move these where they should go now. Okay. One thing I might do, I like the flat colors and I like the black, but the shadows I'm not 100% about. I might do a halftone for those. Do that in just a second after we get these cleaned up. Under my mouse. There we go. Okay, gotta clean up a little bit of this. This. Okay. So I think that gets us most of the way there. Something is going on with my mouse. I'm gonna mute for a second. My mouse is acting. Oh, yeah, just give me 1 second. Okay, we're back. Boy, I missed a bunch in this raptor here. There we go, there we go. Okay, so those are the basic lines I want. I'm just gonna freehand a few more. I'm gonna do it in pinks just so that I can see it easier, and then we'll make them all black like the other ones. Just add some creases in the jersey. Give a little more definition to the shoulder, arm. Okay. Select, name, stroke color. Make it black. Good. Okay. You know what? I think on the you know what? No, I'm happy with that. Okay. So this will be V1. We will move this guy over, and now we're going to try we're going to try some recolorings. Okay, so on this one, we are going to instead of flat colors for any shading, we're going to do halftones. It would appear as though the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have beaten the Saints. God, I hate Tom Brady. Anyways, yeah. I was only half paying attention. Okay, so we're gonna hide any shading that is not black. With whatever color it should be. Okay, now we are going to paste a layer on top and get rid of everything except for the shadow. So, well, how we're going to do that is we're going to take this and make a transparency and use the live paint as a clipping mask. And then anywhere I fill in white will I need to turn on the layer because I can't remember where it is I need to fill in. Okay. Okay. So I gotta fill in here, here. In the interim, it's going to look identical to what I've done already. But I beg of you, viewer, stick with me. Ooh, we got a little steel drum in this song. Okay, did I get everything? I think so. Now, have a layer that is just the shading. And then what I'm going to do is go in this, go into the transparency again, and halftone over top of it. I'm going to jump into Photoshop for a second. So bring you in there. Okay. And I'm gonna fill this with gray. Image mode grayscale, discard the color information, image mode bitmap. I'm gonna do a halftone screen, 30 lines per inch. That's too much. Let's do 10 lines per inch. Okay. Should work. And to... This might not end up working, but we'll give it a try. Selection, load selection, gray copy, edit, fill with black. Okay, so now I have a halftone in black with no background. Paste this. Oh. Go back into Illustrator. And hopefully paste it on top. Yes. Yes. Okay. That's what I'm going for. But I think those dots are too big. Yeah. So we will shrink the size of the halftone. Go back into Photoshop. Go back to our gray, and by making it lighter, should get dots further apart in the halftone. Bitmap, 300 pixels per inch, 10. There, I think that's more like what I'm looking for. Go back into grayscale. Duplicate the gray channel, go back to layers, create a new layer, selection, load selection, gray copy, edit, fill with black. There we go. Copy that. Back into Illustrator. And paste that on top. Shrink that down so it's the right size. Yeah, I like that. Okay. That. Strokes. Yeah. So that gives just a little more of a comic look to it. Okay, so we've done two different versions of the color, but now we're gonna do just different values of... should I do purple or should I do red? Because Kobe's gonna be on the cover. Well, I can do him in yellow because Lakers are, and then Bucks will be purple, I guess. I guess I'll do Raptors in red, even though they are primarily purple then. Oh well. Such is life. Okay. So we are going to start filling this one in. So hide the strokes for now. I think I'm gonna do halftone. I'm gonna do halftone for that one as well. So we'll delete this one completely and make a copy of the second one because that's the one we're gonna be basing it off of. Okay. 10 o'clock. Okay. So base color, we're starting with red. So we'll hide that for now. Anything black will be a dark red. anything that has color to it will be red, and then the rest will be left white. So I will do the black and the purple, same color red. Try and reduce the number of colors we have here. Yeah. In my head the whole time, this is the look I wanted to go for. But as this is a commission, I don't know if this is the look that the client is looking for, so figured I'd give every possible option and then let him decide, you know? I just hope it's this one he chooses. Like when I do, or in the past when I've done logos, if there's a look that I want people to choose, and it's like I gotta do, usually what I do is I do 3 different logo options, and then, you know, you get to choose which one you want. And usually, you know, sometimes I'll have 3 great ones, and sometimes I'll have one idea that I really like, and then the other 2 I just make. And, you know, I'm never trying to do something that I'm not proud of, but like try and make one that maybe isn't as good as the other 2, so that they choose the one I like. And more often than not, they do. But I try not to do that too much. You know, sometimes you just get an idea in your head, and it's like, I don't know how I will improve on this. I've already found an error in what I'm doing. How am I going to do the halftone? Oh no, it might work. We will see. I may have been a bit overzealous in trying to reduce the number of colors here. Legs. I guess I should do two-tone for the NBA logo. There we go. Okay, did I get everything? I think so. Okay, and now I can go in to my halftones, which will overlay, and fill those in. What am I doing here? There we go. That's what I want. I'm gonna fill that in with the dark red. See how that looks. Yeah, except on the white, I'm gonna make it the light red, or the standard red, I guess. Okay. Go back into here. These spots I want to be the lighter red. The darker red, that's lighter red. Yeah. Okay, and then we will turn on the strokes, and those will be the same dark color red. I think that will be option 3. I very much think this is the way to go, but again, it is not my call. Yeah. I like it. All right. Well, that's going to be it for the NBA. Save that. Yeah, part of my expertise is showing them why I'm right. That's true. And I'm glad that you find this calming, Phil. Okay. So, there's my 3 versions of Marcus Camby. So we will save that again, and we will get started on making a GIF. It's 10:15. I don't want to go too long tonight because I'm an old man and I have to sleep at some point. Okay. Sorry, just checking my phone real quick. Okay, so I want to make a running hamburger. So we will start by making a hamburger. This is very important. The world needs a GIF of a running hamburger. Will the hamburger have a face? I do not know. We will figure this out as we go. Okay. So we will have... It'll be a tomato. Some lettuce. Got our burger. We'll do a double burger so I can put some cheese here. In Illustrator, when you are using the pencil tool, it likes to connect to any other line that if you've created a line and you've not deselected it and then just start drawing another line, you'll try and connect to that line if it thinks that it's close to connecting. 99% of the time I don't want that to happen, but it does it. Okay. This shall be our burger. So, live paint make. Get started. It's too orange. We got our buns. We got our cheese. we got our burgers. We got our lettuce. And we got tomato. That's a burger. All right. So basically, I'm gonna have it running forward. So the only animation will be arms sort of swinging back and forward, and feet swinging back and forward. I do think this needs some sesame seeds, so we will add that real quick. As most gifs end up, you know, being used quite small, try to keep things pretty simple. I'm not going to go into too much detail with everything. Okay, select same stroke color. Make them bigger. This. Should they be white? Maybe they should be a little more orangey. Yeah, it's a little better. Okay, so I'm gonna put our burger. We're gonna group that. We're gonna stick it right in the center, and then we will lock that and create a layer for arms. Create a layer for legs, and then start working on it. So I'm gonna keep it. Again, pretty simple. The arms are just gonna be lines with circles. Everything's gonna go behind the burger, so I don't need to like connect it too nicely. So we'll start with the arm close. And I want this to look a little foreshortened a bit, so I'm going to go in and with the width point edit, you can adjust the width along them. So there we go. I'm able to do that. I don't know whether I want that to be the color. What color do I want this to be? Should it be darker? Like more orange? Or just like a... Let's see, we'll maybe do like a pale yellow. Okay, so that is the arm fully up. And now we are going to work our way to the arm fully down. So the arm is up and forwards, and then the arm will be down and backwards. So we will get a copy of this layer. Bring this down. So yeah, basically it's gonna be making its way to flat. Oop. So now that it's going backwards, start shrinking the arm. I think this does need to be further. I kind of want the circle to like follow an arc. So this one needs to be brought in more. Okay. So now I've done it on one side. This will be much easier to see once it is done, but or once it's in Photoshop, because then I can actually start what am I trying to say? Like actually show you the animation. But basically what I'm doing is like I'm going frame by frame. To make the run animation. So the full arm animation is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 4. So it's 9 frames. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of the arms. So we'll call this right arm or left arm. Right. And then everything here. Object, transform, reflect vertically. That was over. So now I've got two sets of arms, and I can alternate between them as I am. So when the right arm is fully backwards, the left arm will be fully forwards, and they will alternate back and forth. And that is how we will do the arms. So we've got those figured out, and the legs are going to be much of the same. So do I want to have some sort of like, you know, I'm just gonna keep them as circles. I think that's funnier. Okay. So legs. So the idea being we'll have the same amount of animations, or same amount of frames of animation for the leg, the arms, the legs and the arms, so that when I go to save them, I can save individual images for every possible like permutation, pull it all into Photoshop, and then create a timeline of the animation. Jeez. Okay. So I might still add a little bit of line work on the arm or on the hands, just to make it a little more obvious that they are hands, but for now, this will do. Okay. The feetsies. Will also be circles, but yeah, I think as I add line work to it, it will be more obvious what is moving. Feet. Feet are gonna be red, but the legs themselves are going to be the same color as the arms, so it'll look like they are like shoes, I guess. Do the same thing as I did with the arms, where I will change the width of the leg at the bottom just to make it look like it's expanding. Except this needs to be more pronounced. What happened here? This should be there. Okay. There, we successfully have one leg. Okay. And this will shrink slightly and get further in. Two. bit further in. Change the width at the end here. Now I think the leg has to come in front of the foot. We'll curve the end. Okay. Finally, this will be shrunk. This will be shrunk. And you might be looking at this and saying, that's not how a leg would look running. Well, that's how a hamburger's leg looks running, so. Well, okay. Okay. I'm going to add some lines to make it look like a shoe. This. Should come on top on this one. The leg should be more straight. Okay. And you would see the bottom of the heel. Okay. Yes. This is what I want. Okay. Left leg. Duplicate. Right leg. Object transform. Object transform reflect. Vertically. Move this over here. I can probably put the legs a little together. Okay. So there's all of our legs. You know what? I'm just gonna leave the hands as just circles. Why not? Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We are going to set our start position for each item. So yeah, there's our legs and arms. And then we will start exporting everything as individual images. But first, we'll turn everything on. Make it the full size. I've been designing my GIFs at 1080 by 1080. I believe that Giphy shrinks them to 480 by 480, but I try to do it at a larger size because I find that it the bigger the GIF is, the nicer it looks when it's shrunk down. These GIFs can have really jagged edges, but if they're big, you don't notice them that much when they're shrunk down. Okay, so we've got our boiga. The burger's not gonna move. The right leg will be back. Left leg will be forward. Oh, did that wrong. Go. Right arm is back. Left arm is... What is happening here? Left arm is forward. Okay. So if I go through, yeah, so I'm not going to export each position, and then I will pull everything into Photoshop and make it into an actual GIF. So I'll save it as a transparent ping or a PNG. Make a new folder. Call it Hamburger. Okay. So there's one. Oh, okay. Wait. Gotta make this easier on myself because I need everything to move forward and back. So I'm gonna duplicate each layer again. basically I'm going through layer by layer and hiding and showing as I need them. And if I have every motion forward and backward on its own separate layer, I can just sort of go through the layer list in order and get me to, it will give me the frames that I need. I'm really not explaining this well. Animation is a series of pictures that are in quick succession. Twice. Okay. Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to do is get each appendage and every possible movement for that appendage on its own layer, and then I will just go through and hide and show as needed, and export each as an image. Very good. Sure, I have all of them. I think I made one more layer than I need, because the animation will loop. The start and end frame should be, the start frame will be the end frame, so I don't need to have the end frame a second time, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, so this leg out, this leg in, this arm in, this arm out. Okay. Alright, now I can actually start saving. Okay, so 1. Okay, 2. Three. 4. 5. E. Yeah, I had one too many, but I figured it out. Okay, 6. Seven. Eight. And 9 should be back where we started. Yeah. Okay. So we save the burger. Boiga. New Photoshop. And start making an actual animation, and this should all come into focus. Okay. Open up the first image. We're gonna go to create video timeline down here and set the first frame to 0.1 seconds. Now what I do is I pull in each image as a layer. I'm basically duplicating what I did in Illustrator. As you can see, this is the, there you go. It will hide everything, and when you have a frame in the timeline, whatever layer you have visible in that frame does not transfer to the next frame. So each frame you can change the visibility of layers. So I'll create a new frame down here, turn off the first one, turn this one on, and just go down the list. Like this one because it looks like he's flying. And if I've done this correctly, when I get to the end of this 8-frame animation and hit play here, you should run. Would you look at that? Okay, so what I'm going to do is at its extremes, I'm going to move him a little bit. Up and down. Okay. I think I might move it too much. I rotate it a little bit too. rotate. So this one will be dead on. And then these will both rotate. The final frame being a bigger rotation. Just trying to give the illusion of movement where there really isn't any. And this guy moves just a little bit. This guy's dead on. And this one will move just a little bit this way. Yeah. Like that a lot. Okay. Let me export this. I think that's it. So what we'll do, I'll just put it on a background so you can see. What's a good background to put it on? Let's see. There we go. There's our running hamburger. Beautiful. I find that playing it in the timeline here is always slower than when I actually export, so I'm going to set this to no delay, just so you can see it fully animated at the speed you will see it on Giphy. There we go. There's our running hamburger. Exactly what I wanted to accomplish tonight. Did my NBA, did my running hamburger. It's 11 o'clock. So I think with that, we're gonna call it a night. Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in. Bill, Aaron, Johnny, any of the rest of you that are here that are not in the chat. I appreciate you popping in, and have a great night. And I'll see you on the next stream. Bye-bye.